Hey, it's working this time, Paul? Hey, PJ, it's working? Do you have the address? This gentleman here would like to just watch it live.
PortlandSportsCast.com. There's a little button at the top that says listen live.
Okay, where do you want it? Right there? All right, I'm listening.
All of the players in the shots.
Okay. And I'll just try to move slow, move consistent and slow, and I'll just try to move consistent and slow, and just keep on the shot.
Well, not if you're spread all the way, but you want to make sure that that you have all of the offenses.
Sure.
And then you want to already be wide enough when they pass the ball that we never lose the ball.
Right, okay. So stay with the ball wherever it goes, no matter what.
Well, no, it's more like, it's like, want to get everybody in the shot, but in no case should you let the ball get out of the shot.
Right, exactly. Ball first, then the people.
Right. But I mean, PJ was very definitely about this when we were doing soccer. This is the big picture so people can get an idea of what is going on the whole field.
Right. It looks like you've done this a bit.
Highlight video for the boys every year.
Oh, cool. So did you get to check out the switcher over there?
I didn't.
Oh yeah, might want to check that out. I don't either. Hey, Eller used to have some wireless headsets. I don't know what kind of range they had, and I don't know if he still. No. But they're just analog, simple little analog headsets. Too many knots. Well, I think somebody from your folks is actually going to get a. We could do it this way. Well, that's what I say. We could just stay. We could just talk. We could just start now and just stay connected.
Oh, they didn't pick up. Try one more time. Oh, here they are. Hey. Yeah.
Look at Alba.
So Pete, do you use your commentary?
All right. Well, I'm doing a live TV show, so he's gonna have to get to me quick. Can it be right away? Or minute? 2 minutes? How long till I can come on? Yeah. I mean, are you talking 5-minute wait or something? A minute and a half? We're good. Okay. We'll wait for you.
We got 10 minutes before we start.
You want to do some pregame as soon as I get off, we can.
Yeah.
I've got the records of the teams from last year. These guys went to the state title game. They lost by 7. Otherwise, they'd have been back-to-back state champions. They're number 1 in the state. A lot of people have them in the top 200 in the country, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I'll probably rely on you for a lot of the background
Yeah.
stuff. Do you have your computer? Okay. Do you want to open it up and go to Oregon Live and go to the high school sports? And we're going to try to monitor some of the other games and give scores during and stuff like that.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor our flag and our country, will you please stand? Gentlemen, remove your hats and join in singing our nation's anthem as it is played by the Westland High School Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Kevin Yeager.
Was it? I did.
Swag, great to be back with you guys. It is going to be an interesting game. This is a really good Coeur d'Alene squad. They've won 2 state championships in the last few years. Just barely lost it last year. I count 4 Division I recruits on this team right now, and a lot of small college guys. They're coming up against a sort of a reloaded and young West Linn Lion team. We've got a couple of freshmen that are going to be playing out here tonight for West Linn. Lots of 10th graders, and then Hayden Coppage coming back after a big season last year. So they look like they're ready to play. I think we might have a good one on our hands, but you got to give Coeur d'Alene the early nod. Yeah.
Hi, Jim.
Swag, thank you. Bye. Okay, you're good. Sorry about that. I stood up. Stupid me. Now, are we going to be able to hear each other on this?
Yeah.
All right. Let me get this out.
Sure. Yeah, I got it. Did you? Okay.
In my bag, right next to my computer, is my iPad.
All right, is she doing social media for you? Okay, are you using
opening week here in West Linn, Oregon, as we got a great matchup between West Linn and Coeur d'Alene of Idaho. The first week of prep football. I am PJ Miller. With me, Dirk Knutson. Dirk, it's great to be out here for some football, isn't it?
PJ, I am so excited you can't even believe it. I've been waiting so long for this night, like everyone.
Yeah, it's a great night out here. This is one of those matchups, you get these interstate rivalries at the beginning of the year. Idaho, one of the top teams from Idaho, coming out. And, West Linn, Three Rivers League, one of the power conferences out here. And looks to be a great matchup here.
It really should be. I was lucky enough to spend some time with these Coeur d'Alene boys a few weeks ago. I was up there on vacation, and whenever I go on vacation, I always go. He is not there. I'm hearing him off of your mic. Check. Go ahead. All right, PJ, have you got me? A little more? Okay, we're working out some technical details here. I'm Dirk Knutson, Rivals.com. All right, so we were just talking about Coeur d'Alene a little bit. These guys are a powerhouse program. Year before last, they made the Rivals Top 100. That's not an easy thing to do. So they were one of the first teams from Idaho to be recognized as one of the top teams in the country. So I'm excited to be here in Oregon, have a chance to see this great team from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Beautiful place.
Yeah, we got ready for the kickoff here as Coeur d'Alene will be kicking to West Linn. West Linn receives at about the 10-yard line. He's out down to the 25, and he's going to be gang tackled there. A good return out to about the 25-yard line where West Linn will start first down and 10.
Look like number 6 with the ball. That's Brandon Vaught. He's a senior, 5'10", about 170 for West Linn for the Lions.
West Linn's going to start out. They're going to come out with a little bit of no huddle. Single back, 2 receivers to the left. Dirk, what should we expect out of this West Linn offense?
Well, you got a team that put up a tremendous amount of yards in the air last year, and they had a 1,000-yard rusher in Louis Germain, and he's probably going to get a lot of carries tonight. So we'll see how Germain looks. He's about 15 pounds heavier than he was last year. Germain running out there tonight in number 42. He's in the backfield. He's checking the play from his coach right now. Germain's checking in at about 175 pounds. Hayden Coppage at quarterback. Throws a beautiful ball, and that's grabbed. That's number 34. That's going to be Cam Schmidt, senior, 6'2", 210-pound wide receiver. First strike.
That was a great catch right there. He laid out for it. It was a nice pass there by Coppenridge, and he put it right where it needed to be. Defense didn't have a chance there.
No, great pass. And Coppage, the one thing he's worked on in the offseason, he's worked on his efficiency. He threw 13 picks last year, but had a huge season with 2,200 yards passing.
There's a great defensive play there. Came off the end and just ate him alive over there off the corner.
We'll get you some of these players here now. We're getting this thing worked out, PJ. That's Austin Chatteron. I talked to coaches earlier today. 6'2", 230-pound, but big motor on Austin, and he blew that one up. Coppage back in the shotgun. Drops back, rolls right. Kind of throws off his hip. That one's out of bounds. Good little bit of defense here. That's 3rd and 15 now, right at midfield. As the Lions have the ball in their opening drive of this 2013 season. Gosh, light wind blowing out here in West Linn, but beautiful night. High 70s today, low 80s. The humidity's blowing out, so we're having a great night of football. Friday Night Lights in action, PJ.
Coppage back to pass. He's looking plenty of time. A little bit of pressure coming. Rolls out to his left. Throws back across his body.
Oh, my goodness.
Number 88. It's going to be close to a first down here.
And that is Kurt Moon, a junior, tight end, 6'5", 205 pounds. Coppage kind of shoestring that thing and made something happen.
Looks like they are going to be.
Division Lions first down. Ball's at the 37.
All right, that's a first down and 10. 10:25 left in the first quarter.
West Linn back up to line quickly.
Jermaine picks up about a yard, then he's just plowed under. Now, coming up off that pile, if our guys are in tight for you, you'll see number 71 in the blue and white. You folks in Coeur d'Alene certainly know that guy. That's Matt James, I believe. I can tell by looking at him. And that is one tough lineman. Committed to the University of Washington Huskies, had several offers. He's just a powerhouse kid. And here he comes again. He's going to finish this play. He's about 6'5", 285, 280. Big, lean, mobile kid. And the Huskies couldn't be more excited to have him coming because they'll turn him into everything they want in a Pac-12 offensive lineman.
Westland quickly back up to the line. Coppage back to pass. Lots of time. Finds a receiver open over the middle. Completion.
That's Jermaine. Louis Germain did catch a lot of passes last year, 307 yards to go with his 1,000 yards of rushing. Coppage is 3 for 3, PJ.
Yeah, and 3 really good, precise passes. He's hitting his receivers in stride and where defense can't make any plays.
Yeah, and Coach is doing a nice job of mixing up the play set here. He's going under center.
Right there, a little bit of a mistake by Coppage.
Yeah.
Tried to roll out, got to get rid of that ball. He's outside the pocket. Defenders right there, just get rid of the ball, let the play another down.
This is a
huge loss here.
It's Ty Holgate, number 34, another guy that the coaches said we're definitely going to want to keep an eye out for. He's not the biggest guy, Ty. He's 5'8", about 175, 180 pounds, but they've got him playing some linebacker. He's got terrific quickness and speed, and he just took advantage of that gap in the offensive line, shot through and made that play. Coppage didn't have a chance.
Single back set here for Westland. 2 receivers left, tight end, 1 receiver wide out right. Coppage back to throw again. Little screen set up. He's got him out in the flat. Couple of defenders there. Makes a couple of defenders miss out of bounds.
Jermaine again. Using Jermaine out of that backfield a lot. A little play action, and they're showing him different looks. He hasn't broken a big run through the line of scrimmage yet. That's to come, but he is going up against a real physical, big line up front here for Coeur d'Alene.
Good job right there by Idaho to make sure that they stayed at home. Doing a good job of getting pressure but not over-committing on that pass rush.
The other guy you're going to see up front out there on the right-hand side, a defensive end, is 6'5", 260-pound Chase Blakely. He is a Rivals 3-star, 4-star, and that young man is one of the top tight ends in the nation. Some of you saw him here in the Portland area at the opening. Chase, a well-liked kid, just terrific student athlete, great backstory to this kid, and the Washington Huskies are going to have picked up his commitment. So 2 of those guys up front, 21 and 71 for Coeur d'Alene, both headed up to play in that beautiful new facility at UW, PJ.
Yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow when we get to see
that
new stadium open up. So to be 4th down and long here, looks like it's about 4th down and about 16 or 17. Westland is going to go for it here.
And I bet you Coppage is going to throw the football.
He's in shotgun, back to pass, plenty of time here. Looking to his left, receiver open. Looks like he's going to be a little bit short of the first down. Looks like he's about 8 yards short of the first down.
Guess what? That was a brother hookup. Hayden, the senior, to his 10th grade brother, Cody Coppage, made a nice catch from his brother, but was swarmed under. So we're going to turn it over on downs, and now we're going to get a chance to see the Coeur d'Alene offense, which can put up some serious points.
Looks like they're going with a 2-back set here. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left. Little motion to the outside, little play action, little bubble screen out there.
Oh, he's met right when he caught the ball. He turned his back. Coming up off that pile for West Linn is number 66. Made a great read. And I don't have a 66. Well, maybe I do. That should be Ellis Eaton, one of my favorite players on West Lynn's team. Tough kid, tough lineman.
Yeah, he did a great job there of fighting off the blocker, shucking him, and making sure he made a nice, clean tackle there. So it brings up 2nd down. We have a stoppage of play here, referees. Looks like we're getting ready to go again. Shotgun formation here for Coeur d'Alene. Little quick little screen pass over the middle.
Picks up a few yards there. That was Cody DeHaas, senior. Kind of came off that slots position.
Brings up 3rd down and 10 here for Coeur d'Alene. Hard count. Plenty of times. Got an open receiver complete.
I don't think he's got enough to make that first down, PJ. I think they're going to have to punt it away.
It's pretty close. They're back up on the line of scrimmage.
In the hurry-up offense.
Fourth down.
Coach is going for it on fourth down.
Little handoff inside. Open up the middle, number 34.
Oh, my
Good
goodness.
enough for the first down.
34, Ty Holgate again. We just talked about Ty making that sack. There he is. You could see they hurried that one up, PJ. There was really no time for West Linn to react, and I didn't know where the football went.
Yeah, it was a good play fake afterwards by the quarterback there.
Yeah, we need to talk about this guy, number 12, with the football. That's Gunnar Amos. Gunnar is...
And the ball comes loose, and it looks like West Linn has recovered. It will be West Linn ball here.
West Linn ball. Well, that wasn't Gunnar's fault. He threw a nice ball, threaded the needle, but it was bobbled around right as it was caught. Coeur d'Alene turns that thing over. Defense has to get on this thing now, and West Linn's got to be energized because they were beat pretty bad last year, PJ, by this same Coeur d'Alene team. So they've got to feel a lot better. Last year's score, 58-20 up in Coeur d'Alene. I'm sure they'd love to take this one back and even the series.
Little confusion here on the line for West Linn. Handoff, run left. Gets the edge here. Out of bounds, going to gain about 4 or 5 yards here.
There's Jermaine again. Little different set that time. Pro set with a fullback in front of him, and that actually helped because he chip blocked, or he got a little bit of a block, and Jermaine was able to work off that to the outside and pick up that 4 yards.
Yeah, West Linn coming out here early, showing lots of different sets. Under center, shotgun, single back. Right now they got the fullback in there as well, so lots of variety here. Under center this time. Play action, rolling out to his right. Lots of time. Looking deep. He's got a receiver out there. He makes the catch, and they're going to say he's out of bounds, incomplete.
That was one heck of a catch by Cam Schmidt. Cam Schmidt, 6'2", 210, caught that first pass of the game. Showing some great hands, Cameron. Wow.
Yeah, it's a great job buying time out there, getting to the outside. Just couldn't quite get that foot in to make the reception. Brings up third down and about 6 here for West Linn.
They're at middle linebacker now, Drew Berger. Great-looking junior athlete for Coeur d'Alene. He's coming in on the blitz. Here he comes, in fact. There's Berger breaking that one up on a called blitz. Berger, 6'1", about 225, saw him at the Northwest Elite Football Camp, Mercer Island, where a lot of these top Idaho athletes have started to show up and sort of showcase what they can do against Oregon and Washington's best. And Berger looked like one of the best linebackers in this 2015 class, these juniors. So we'll need to keep an eye out for him.
And looks like we're going to have our first punt of the game.
Yeah, now watch this punter. I was here for pregame. This guy was pounding the ball. Let's see what he does.
Back deep for Coeur d'Alene is number 7, Jackson Carlson. And that
oh, my goodness, what a punt. 1 yard line. What did I say? Not only can he kick them deep, PJ, he can place them. That was beautiful.
Yeah. The directional kick is one of the lost arts.
Yeah, it is.
Especially at a high school level. Not a lot of these kids can do that. They don't spend a lot of time doing it. So.
Yeah, it's been great to see some of the kickers from Oregon and Washington and Idaho and the Pacific Northwest doing so well. Lots of them in the NFL now. Lots of them doing well at the highest levels. And so kind of the forgotten part of the game, but you know what? It's a huge part of the game. Could make the change in this game right here.
Looks like a quarterback keeper there off to the right side.
Yeah, Amos struggles to pick up a few, but he did a good job of keeping his feet, running his feet, continuing to work to the sideline. He did pick up about 5. Oh, he got 3 yards, excuse me.
Thank you.
Brings up second down. Scoreboard says 7, but it looks more like 3 from here. Changing the play at the line of scrimmage here. Back to pass. It's a little hot route. Bobbled
ball
the ball.
is out.
Are they going to say it was a completion? Woo!
I don't think he had that. It was right in his chest, and it was in the air, and then he got drilled, but tough call. I'd have to see that one on the replay, but what a big break, and West Linn is fired up.
Yeah, that's 2 quick turnovers there.
Did you see who made the hit, PJ?
Couldn't see who made the hit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have the best vantage point, but I've been in worse places.
So Westland takes over inside the 10-yard line here. Coppage in the shotgun, 2 receivers to his right. Handoff inside.
Coppage has got his hand in the air. Touchdown, Louis Germain. Well, there's one for Germain already this year.
Yeah, so the first score of the day goes to Westland, Louis Germain. And the handoff right up the middle. The quick change, the all-important quick change after the second turnover for Coeur d'Alene. Westland capitalizes and puts the first score up on the board.
It's so crucial when you're coming back against an opponent, the quality of a Coeur d'Alene, that you be able to come out with fire. So from this last year to this year, to be able to come out and do what they just did, that's great confidence booster for this Westland squad.
And the point after touchdown is good. So 5:10 left to go here in the first quarter. Westland leads Coeur d'Alene 7-0. You are listening to Portland Sports Beat Production. I am PJ Miller. With me on play-by-play is Dirk Knutson.
Yeah, you got it right that time, PJ.
Yeah, I think Dirk was on Portland Sports Beat yesterday, and I think I called you Knutson yesterday, but
that's okay.
The K is not silent.
Yeah, we're not silent. Our family's an odd duck in the Norwegian group. They like to have that silent K. We like to have a little bit of a hard edge. So that K, we got Knutson, so.
We got a great turnout here, Westland High School. Lots of Idaho fans here. It's more than I thought would be here. Made the trip out here. I believe they're going to be playing next week out at Seattle as well.
Yeah, I'm actually as regional analyst for Rivals.com and through our website Northwest Prep Report. Plug myself. I'm going to make the trip up to the Emerald City Classic, and these young guys from Idaho are going to stay on the road. Well, they'll go home, go to school for a bit, then come back out to Seattle. 4 games at Husky Stadium on Saturday. So for those of you that love high school football, go to your Friday game and then bomb up I-5 and catch that one. They're going to be playing Bothell, who's a very good team from Seattle.
So Johnny Plum takes the kick here.
Oh, boy, look out.
He's got some
break.
He's got one play. Oh, he makes a man miss. Reversing course, and he's out to about the 47-yard line.
That's Johnny Plum. Sophomore, 5'9", 175. Sophomore making some noise.
So some great field position here for Coeur d'Alene as Gunnar Amos tries to put something back up on the board here, try to answer Westland's touchdown.
Yeah, I think he'll settle in here a little bit. He actually made some nice throws last time, but Westland bringing the pressure. Now I want to keep an eye out, PJ. For Westland, I want to keep an eye out for number 36 at cornerback. Let me know if you see him in the game, because that is fresh. That's freshman Elijah Molden, who has been absolutely, there he is on the far right side. So Elijah already in the game, starting as a freshman, comes from a great family. Alex Molden, his dad, former Duck, former NFL player. So Elijah is one of 2 Moldens on this squad.
And it looks like we're going to have our first penalty of the game. It'll be a false start on the Vikings. It'll be 5-yard penalty, bring up second down and about 8 yards.
We'll try to give you a little bit of a report on this front 5 up front here for Coeur d'Alene as we go along these next few plays.
Gunnar calls for the snap, back to pass.
Beautiful
right
ball
to the outside.
Yep, great coverage. There he is, Molden. Yeah.
Ball was intended for Cole Williams. But like you said, great coverage out there by Wes Linn.
Let's pick this up. Amos out of the shotgun. Drops back, looks. Got a man down the left side.
Looks like he wasn't even really expecting it.
No.
Didn't look like he was going all out there. So
yeah, Chase Blakely turned around a little bit. He'd have had a chance to catch it. It was off his left shoulder, and he was sort of looking back inside.
So we'll have the second punt of the game here.
Right on. 4:24 left in the first quarter. Home team, Wes Linn up 7-0. Coeur d'Alene punting away. He's going to let that one roll through.
Rolls down to about the 16-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for West Linn.
West Linn's ball.
So West Linn going with the no-huddle offense here. They'll get right up on the ball, looking to the sideline for the call from Coach. Looks like they'll start out 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Single back. Coppage will be in the gun.
You want to watch this offensive line for West Linn because of this group up front. There's 3 of them that we have basically in our very, very top group. And we have West Linn coming in at 10th in our statewide polls for 6A in Oregon. The difference of the 2 states, so these are both big school teams. In Oregon, we have 6 divisions. Idaho has 5, technically. And so Coeur d'Alene 5A stacks up about equal in size of school. The towns are very similar in size, both just great Northwest towns. These would be 2 of the towns you'd want to move to if you came to the Pacific Northwest. Coppage up the sideline. Boy, number 2.
He had a chance on that. That went off his fingertips. There was definitely a play to be made there. Just looks like there was a little bit of contact there, but it was no call there.
A little bit of a bump, but it wasn't enough to get the flag. That was Matt Wright up the left side, 6'1", 170, senior for West Linn, looking for that one. Good coverage on that play. I think the coverage on that was Austin Lee.
So he's getting flushed out to the right here. Throws on the run. Got an open receiver. Completed. Oh, no, they are saying he is out of bounds.
Coppage went down hard. Looked like he half tripped, and then Blakely just flattened him. The Coppage goes about $180. He doesn't have anything on him but bone and muscle, that kid. He's 6'4", great vision, but you know that had to hurt, PJ. You get hit with a big load like Blakely. He's about 260, and he can sprint. But he got right up. That was great to see.
So West Linn will punt again.
Ooh, my goodness. Almost blocked.
Takes a West Linn bounce right to the sideline.
And you know Coeur d'Alene would like to get on the board right about now and get this game evened out. So we haven't seen a lot of pace there in terms of the running game. Let's see if Coach stays in the air, whether he wants to maybe grind a little bit here and see what he can do with the football on the ground.
They've been successful through the air. They just had a couple of turnovers that have really limited their offense.
Well, these West Linn linebackers and these safeties have been flying around and just drilling guys. So we've had a couple of turnovers from these guys are all jazzed up. It's early in the season. They want to hit, and you can see everyone's hungry for that.
Got play action here over the middle. Ball is knocked down by number 8 from West Linn.
You know, again, what we were just talking about. That's Kevin Edwards, tight end linebacker, 6'3", 210. You notice looking at the roster, there's a lot of 6'1" to 6'3", 200-pound athletes out here for West Linn, and this is how you win state championships. I'm not saying that it's too early to say that, but these guys can run and they can knock balls down and do a lot of things. So,
and West Linn is the reigning 6A basketball champions as well. So they definitely got some athletes out here, West Linn.
They do, and it's such a proud program. Great long history of being a playoff team. I think last year was a 4-7 season. I think it was the first time in many, many years they hadn't made the playoffs. But new coach in Mike Fanger last year came in and did some different things. Tight end catches that ball.
That's Colby there, number 81 on the catch.
Colby DeHaas, 6'2", 210. I think he had a nice catch earlier.
That'll bring up 4th down and 4. Looks like Coeur d'Alene is going to get into a punt formation here.
Yeah, they probably are just trying to shake the cobwebs off and settle down a little bit, because you got a team that averaged, Amos averaged about 265 yards a game passing last year.
High punt here. Got to be careful if you're West Linn. You want to make sure you get clear of that. Takes a West Linn bounce. It's going to be out to about the 26-yard line where West Linn will take over. Again, you are listening to a Portland Sports Beat production. We are here at West Linn High School in West Linn, Oregon. It's a beautiful night out here. Opening week of high school prep football for both Oregon and Idaho. And we have an interstate matchup between one of the top teams in Idaho and one of the top teams in the state of Oregon.
Yeah, it's great to see these interstate matchups. There's a few going down today. Crescent Valley of our 5A divisions down in California, in Ojai, California, playing on the road this year. Last year they hosted 2 Hawaii teams out there as 2 of our Oregon teams took on 2 Hawaii teams. And I just got a nice email tonight that Cottage Grove, where Scotty Hintner, one of our really great quarterbacks here in the Pacific Northwest, he took his squad, led them over to the island of Kauai, and they're playing Lahui tomorrow on a web feed. So come to Northwest Prep Report tomorrow and watch the feed from Hawaii as our Cottage Grove squad takes those guys on. These interstate battles are a lot of fun.
Coppage back to pass, plenty of time. Great defensive move there.
Man.
He broke off of his receiver when he saw the ball thrown, made a play, knocked it away, had a chance for a pick, and if he would have came up with that, it would have been 6.
So that was senior Dan Bryant, number 29, and this is a guy that Chase Blakely spoke so highly of when we talked today by the phone. He said, watch his feet, watch his hands, watch him fly around. He's a senior, had a good year last year, but he said this guy is ready for a breakout year, and based on that, very sweet, very football-savvy move. I think Chase knows what he's talking about.
One of the things, Coeur d'Alene's defense has done a very good job, even though they gave up the 7. They were put in a tough position with the offense giving the ball over inside the 10-yard line. Coppage back to pass here.
Oh,
throws it
there's
across
that.
the middle. Got a catch. And they're going to say he is down. The ball did come loose, but
Number 5, Cody Coppage, brother-to-brother hookup. But I don't know if you saw, but Matt James swallowed Hayden Coppage up and just drilled him right as Hayden let go of the ball. So if you're a college coach and you're watching Coppage right now, you're seeing a couple of things. You're seeing that he can release that ball right as he's being hit with some real velocity, and he can take a pounding and get up. So his interior line's got their hands full. There's no doubt. That's a big lineman coming at him. James just keeps the heat coming, and I don't think you'll see that change at all, that whole front group.
so it's 4th and 1. West Linn comes in with a punt formation.
Let's see if they pull something here.
And nice
There's that
punt
punter.
here.
There's that punt I saw earlier. Another great punt.
Looks like it's down about the 10-yard line. Great punt. Coeur d'Alene didn't have anybody back wary of the fake punt. And just a great punt there all the way down to about the 10-yard line of Coeur d'Alene, where they will take over first down.
58 seconds left in the first quarter. Boy, what a beautiful night. Look at these clouds drifting in over these fir trees out here. We take it for granted, all of us here in the Pacific Northwest, but there's some kids playing in some real brutal heat tonight. I'm so happy we're here.
Lots of time here for Gunner. Across the middle, finds a receiver open.
That's Blakely, his big man up the sideline.
He's out to about the 29-yard line, but we do have a flag down in the backfield. It's going to be a holding call on Coeur d'Alene, so that's going to come back. So one of the positives there for Coeur d'Alene, and a big penalty to bring that back.
The visiting team not getting any love so far on the flags, although it hasn't been terrible. There hasn't been that much laundry on the field.
So it'll be first down again here. Be about 1st and 15. And we're going to get a little bit of a stoppage here as they talk about something. .8 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. West Linn leads Coeur d'Alene 7-0. Coeur d'Alene down at the their own 4-yard line, as we will start the clock again here. Back to pass for Coeur d'Alene. Throws across the middle. Throws behind him. And number 5 for West Linn, Cody Coppage, comes up with the pick. The 3rd turnover early here in the first quarter for Coeur d'Alene.
How about that, Cody Coppage, that 10th grader, 6'2", 165, and he's getting it done. He could walk away with the game ball.
So 3 big turnovers early for Coeur d'Alene has been the story. West Linn converted on one of those, looking with 40.8 seconds to put a second score up here to end the first quarter.
Well, they're smelling blood now. They're going to go deep right here. Let's see. Coppage. Oh, he's going to try Jermaine again over the middle. And that's what hasn't worked for him tonight.
Yeah, they haven't been able to run inside. They've had a couple of runs that they've been able to get to the outside for 5-6 yard gains, but up the middle they haven't been able to get anything. Been more successful with the pass. But, Coach is doing a good job of keeping that balance, making sure that the defense is honest, and making those pass rushers think about before they pin their ears back and come after Coppage.
Right. Now he'll take a shot.
Defender falls down, and he's got a break. He's open. Over there. 10, 5, touchdown!
Game ball is halfway on its way to number 5, Cody Coppage.
So West Linn converting on the second turnover by Coeur d'Alene for a score. Third turnover total. Second score off of those turnovers. So that makes it 13-0 West Linn with the PAT pending here.
Pretty surprising so far. Coeur d'Alene coming out flat.
And the kick is up, and it is good. That pushes the score out. West Linn 14, Coeur d'Alene 0. And that will be the end of the first quarter here at West Linn High School. We're going to take a quick break here, and we will be back with the start of the second quarter. All right, we're back here for the start of the second quarter. West Linn and Coeur d'Alene. West Linn leads 14-0 start of the second quarter.
Yes, they do. 14-0. Who'd have thunk it? We were just talking about Coach Mike Fanger out here at West Linn. He didn't have a lot to say about his team when I spoke to him. He looked like a coach that was holding something up his sleeve. Look out. Coeur d'Alene's going to come back with this.
Number 84, Addison Johnson, all the way down 10-5, touchdown!
That's just an amazing play. We're going to watch that one tonight, and I'm going to enjoy that one because that young man right there is a phenomenal athlete. Addison Johnson still waiting for his first major college offer, but this young man has breakaway speed. He's got the whole package. Came down to the Spark Combine in Tigard that Nike puts on every year, that great event. Scored himself a 105, which puts him amongst the elite athletes in the country. So Addison Johnson continues his senior year off with a great play early in his senior year. And look at him, he's happy. He says, Coach, I did it. 14-6 right now.
Coeur d'Alene's defense is probably like, man, we can't get off the field.
Yeah, they probably...
and the kick hits the upright and bounces out. So that will leave the score as West Linn leading 14-6 over Coeur d'Alene after the great return.
14-6, okay. Well, I got to jaw-jacking about Coach Fanger having secrets and not being too open about his team, which he should be, right? I mean, he should be keeping things to himself, especially when he's got these young talent like this. And we haven't even talked about freshman Connor Neville that's here at quarterback, kind of the heir apparent to Coppage and a kid that a lot of people think is like the next Peyton Manning. So we may see him in this game. I doubt it, but we might. He's also a freshman on the varsity. So that's Coppage, and then we've seen Molden, the ninth grader, doing some things. These seniors at West Linn are probably like, hey, we better get in the act. These guys are stealing the headlines.
Yeah, a lot of underclassmen performing really well here in this opening game for prep football in the state of Oregon. Again, Coeur d'Alene from Idaho in this interstate rivalry. Coeur d'Alene will be kicking off to West Linn here. And that'll be number 6, Vaught Braden. And he's got a breakaway here.
Uh-oh.
He's down. He's in a Coeur d'Alene territory, and he's going to be out of bounds.
Braden Vaught called his name earlier in the game. I'm hearing, looks like we got some laundry. Could be a clip, PJ?
Yeah, it's the flag at about the 49-yard line of West Linn.
Yeah, that might be a call going back against West Linn. I would think so, based on where it's at. Didn't see it, but...
Yep, it's a holding call there against West Linn.
Okay.
So we'll go back 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So West Linn, still a good starting field position. They'll be out right around the 39-yard line, where West Linn will take over 1st and 10. West Linn with their no huddle, looking over the sideline for the play.
You got Jermaine back there, Coppage in the gun.
It's got an open receiver. Open across the middle. Great move there to make a couple defenders miss.
That's Jermaine again. He just floats out of that backfield.
And we got another penalty flag in the backfield. We'll wait to see what the call is going to be. Looks like we're going to have a personal foul, maybe unsportsmanlike conduct, late hit on the quarterback.
Yeah, it could very well be. I'm sure Fanger's been saying something, as I stated earlier. He's been on his back a few times, and those are those plays that are just hard to officiate. They're hard to see as a coach. You know, nobody's doing it intentional, but split second goes by, the ball's gone, and then you make your blow. And we're going to see more of those with what's going on in the in the concussion brain trauma area. And unfortunately, it's got to happen.
Got trips to the right here for West Linn. Coppage in the gun. And
movement of some kind.
All of the West Linn linemen jumped, and the center did not snap the ball. So
center picked up the ball and said, "What happened?"
Yeah. Why are you guys moving? I didn't move the ball.
Good thing is this is the first game of the season, and they get that stuff out of the way.
So that'll bring up 1st down again. 1st and 15 here for West Linn. Come out trips formation to the right again. Little motion here. Snap is low. Looks like a little draw, and Coeur d'Alene swallows it up again. Too many names out there to name them all, but a nice defensive play there by Coeur d'Alene. It's going to be a loss of about 6 yards there.
The guy I saw that really came in and ripped that one up was Drew Berger again, number 22. He's got great hips, and so when you give him a crease, he explodes right over the middle. I mean, the play was done, but he shut it down completely at that point. Great play by Drew and that whole crew up front.
So being 2nd down and 20 here for West Linn. Back to pass. Looking lots of time. Goes deep. He's got a receiver wide open.
Oh, my
and we
goodness.
got another touchdown.
Coppage is just having a career night. I am telling you, this is going to be a great night for Hayden Coppage. We knew he was capable of this. He's had some big games. I don't know what his stats are going to look like at halftime, but he is, PJ, I don't know if he's missed a receiver yet.
No, he's had. I think there's only maybe 1 or 2 incompletions where guys have run out of bounds, but I think he still completed it to him.
That was Braden Vaught again, wasn't it, number 6?
Braden Vaught, yes.
Okay, so Vaught 6, Cody Coppage 5. Those guys getting in on the action early.
And that pushes the score out to 20-6 with a PAT pending here for West Linn.
Yeah, I love this offense the coach is running right now.
Kick is up and good. So West Linn, 10:44 left to go here in the first half. West Linn leads 21-6.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the West Linn line right now. They're giving Coppage a lot of time back there. You know, when he's rolling out, he's having time when he's out there. And when he stays in the pocket, he really hasn't had too much pressure on those pass plays. So a good job up front by the West Linn line.
Yes, very good job. Talked about them earlier. So I want to talk about Noah Bagley, Ellis Eaton, and Isaiah Molden. I got to watch. There's 7 or 8 Molden kids, but Isaiah Molden. Those 3 are all 6'2 plus. They're all between 250 and 280, and they all have, technically, as far as linemen go, their footwork, their hands are great. And whenever you've got 3 core guys like that, like West Linn has up front, and this is why I have them ranked higher than a lot of people do, that West Linn, when you've got linemen and you've got a quarterback that can throw, you've got a guy like Jermaine that can run the football. The only thing I didn't know about West Linn coming into this game was who can catch the ball for them, because most of their good receivers are gone. That question has been answered already.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a penalty. We're going to have an offsides here on West Linn. Looks like Kickoff team got a little anxious there and got there before the kick was off, so we'll have a 5-yard penalty and re-kick here. Not quite sure if maybe coach had maybe called something else. He wanted maybe a pooch kick, or if maybe they're going with an onside kick there, because the kicker went over to the sidelines and coach had some words for him. So
Yeah, he didn't like it.
kind of hesitated before he kicked there.
Right.
Then they do go with a little pooch kick. They didn't want to kick it deep after already having the problem the first time. So Coeur d'Alene just grabs that little squib kick, and they'll take over at about the 32-yard line. And we got a play right here. Oh, great job by the Westland defense. Swarming him, making a tackle for the loss. It's going to be loss of about 2 here. Second down and 13. Shotgun here, 2 backs behind. He got short pass. Makes a defender miss. He's got lots of room on the outside.
Beautiful
at the
play.
40-yard line. Pushed out of bounds right at the 40-yard line, so it'll be a first down for Coeur d'Alene.
I've got that as being number 7, that right?
Yeah,
Alex
that was number
Selbold.
7. Yep.
Alex Selbold, sophomore, according to my sheet. And boy, he did a nice job of finishing that run, didn't he?
Yeah, did a good job of making the defender miss, and after that he had some clear green grass to the outside.
You know, it was one of those things where he said, hey, I got the football. And he said, Coach told me when I got the football I'm supposed to run, so he took off. And that was sweet.
Little read option up the middle right there. Number 84, Addison Johnson on the carry. Gains
Now-
about 4 yards.
Yeah. Now, Amos is a real gamer, this kid, Gunner. So when things get going, you know, he likes schoolyard ball, so he'll get going. He won't ever put his head down.
It's a gain of about 6 there by Johnson again. It'll be a first down for Coeur d'Alene. Good job of just trying to sustain a drive here, running it right up the middle.
That was 34, right? Ty Holgate?
Oh, maybe it was Holgate.
Yeah. Ty Holgate. Let's give credit where credit's due. I think that's Ty Holgate. Yeah, 34. This was the kid we talked about, a senior 5'8", about 175.
And we're going to get a timeout here by West Linn. So what is Coach going to say right now to his players? You know, they kind of struggled there early in the first quarter. They had the great kickoff return. What does the coach say right now?
Well, Sean Amos is a class guy. He is one of the most intelligent coaches I've met. So if I were him, I'd be telling my guys, we got to settle down, we got to score, and we've got to put the drive together. We've got to do something, you know, more than 3 and out. So right now he's looking to develop a rhythm. He's probably telling Gunner, let's move this ball. I'm sure the linemen are getting a good talking to because they haven't done a great job of protection yet. It's early in the year, and so I know Sean's probably telling the guys to stay calm. Let's try to score. You know, let's work towards halftime and cut the lead. And these guys are a team that has come from behind a number of times, and they also are a team that has put up a lot of points quickly. So they don't have much to be afraid of. A little delay there.
Great job by number 75, Isaiah Molden.
Yeah, so there's the big man, and he's got some college interest already happening for him. You can see how massive he is, and he's great on his feet. He just swallowed that play up. We're not seeing either team be able to run much.
That was intended for number 84, Addison Johnson. Ball falls incomplete. Wasn't quite ready for it.
Yeah, there's a lot of balls being thrown kind of through the mid part of the field, and a lot of them are getting knocked down or contested. So we've seen Coppage go deep up the sidelines. I haven't seen Amos really get up the sidelines. I'd like to see Johnson get open.
Yeah, Westland pressing a lot. Going up the middle again here.
Yeah. Boy, I'm going to enjoy watching this one back because I'm watching these interior linemen on both sides, and they're really starting to turn it up a little bit, PJ. I mean, you see some guys, there's some guys fired. So the run blocking, the pass defense I'm seeing in there, I mean, it's a real war in there right now.
4th down and 9 right now. Westland sideline trying to get the crowd involved, trying to come up with a big stop here against Coeur d'Alene. Pass here, lots of pressure, escapes one defender, rolling out to his right, throws it, he's got a receiver, just out of his reach. So tough break there for Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah, Gunnar did a good job to spin out of that and just have a chance to keep the play alive. They're just not having a lot of luck passing the football. That secondary. And we'll look at these Westland secondary kids again. They could be a group to contest with because teams do like to throw the ball anymore. It's become a pass-happy Friday Night Lights across the nation as we've seen the spread and other types of offense drop. Now he's under center now. I like this a lot by Coppage.
Looking to the sideline for the call here. Sure, coach is going to be happy with maybe trying to pound the ball inside a little bit, run some of this clock down, go into the half with a 2-score lead. Handoff off to the right side. Great move.
Wow.
Break out to about the
Jermaine again.
43, 44-yard line where it would be a first down for West Linn.
Did you see him move his hips? That was just beautiful.
Yeah, and it's very, very subtle. He's not really straining to do it.
Right.
It's just very smooth, very natural for him.
Yeah, looked natural. Did a great job. Kept working his legs, kept running his feet, and high-stepped his way to the outside, slipped a tackle, and picked up another 5 or 6 yards. And I think we're going to see a whole lot of that. I mean, why wouldn't we?
Play action here, out to the outside. Coppage finds a receiver,
Wow.
got a catch.
That's number 5 again. That's Cody Coppage. Boy, what numbers he might have by the end of the night. Wouldn't that be something?
So
Now,
we're gonna
I'll tell you something about these Coppage boys. And for those people from Oregon that were around in the 1980s, I want to say the families from State or Scio. I'll probably get slapped for saying one wrong, but Johnny Coppage, their father, was a phenomenal athlete and was best known, I think, for being a golfer. The guy had an amazing stick and still to this day is a great golfer. I see him once in a while, so shout out to Johnny. Great job with your kids so far. But they come by it honestly because Johnny was everything you'd want in a high school athlete, and these boys look like they're fitting the mold, PJ.
Yeah, it's a great job out here by what West Linn is doing. Taking a program that didn't make the playoffs last year and, turning it around, dropping back Coppage. He's got a receiver open, makes a defender miss.
That's Cody. Wow, these guys have been really practicing. I tell you that, man. They've got these pass plays down. This film's going to be great to go back and watch.
Yeah, yards after catch have been big for West Linn as well.
Yeah.
Good job of making players miss, making defenders miss, and then getting those extra yards after.
7:31 left in the first half. 21-6, West Linn leading. We got to keep calling those out because people tune in and out and go, what the heck's going on? So now they know. Oh, look at me. I haven't even looked at the screen. PJ slapped me. We're standing in the stands, so I don't have the benefit of watching the monitor like these guys do, like PJ. PJ's got one in front of him.
I'm selfish like that.
That's all right.
So we've got a run off the right side there by West Linn. Short gain, bring up second down.
That was Gibson Green on that tackle, number 33 for Coeur d'Alene. Another kid that we've heard a lot about. He made a nice play there to stop that one.
West Linn back up to the line. Shotgun, got a stoppage here. Timeout West Linn. So West Linn, 6:56 left to go here in the first half. 21-6 lead for West Linn. Second down and 10 here. What has been a great night for football. I don't know that I could ever ask for anything better on a first night than a weather like this, than an atmosphere like this. You look over at the West Linn, I don't think anybody sat down over there over in that student section the whole game.
Yeah, I think they got to be excited. this is a holiday weekend too, and think about how many people are gone, and that section's full over there. So this is a great showing for West Linn. Of course, they've had a great showing for a long time. Great school, great facilities. Behind us here, the school's just beautiful. The baseball stadium, the complex, everything about this place, other than the parking, which they even improved this year, it's just awesome. It's a great place to live right off of the Willamette River, just a few minutes into Portland and close to the 205, so you can get back to Vancouver. I mean, I'm not on the tourism board, but if I was, I'd tell people to come watch a Friday night game, PJ. They got everything going up here. So Coppage again.
And we got an incomplete pass here. There's pressure up on Coppage. Number 54, Austin Chatterton.
Yep.
In on the pressure.
That's Chatterton again. Big motor on the kid. He's 6'1", about 235, and beautiful effort there.
So it'll bring up third down, say long 9 here. Coppage in the shotgun. One receiver. One back next to him. Drops back to pass. Pressure coming up the middle. It gets away. Throwing it.
Oh, boy, he took another shot, and there he is underneath the underneath the pile there. That's Thompson and Chatterton, 54 and 32.
But Coppage makes the completion, and it'll be a first down, a gain of about 12 yards there.
How about that?
Out to the 20-yard line where it'll be first down for West Linn.
I mean, it looked like he threw that thing as he was being drilled out of bounds sideways. So he's putting on a show right now. The thing with these Northwest quarterbacks, the next 2 seasons, and you and I talked about this on the show the other night, PJ, this is a crowded house of top quarterbacks. Which one of these quarterbacks in Oregon and in Washington and Idaho are going to be able to move up to that D1, D1, 2A level?
Looks
they
like
all
we got
want
some
to.
motion here. And a little confusion on that play.
Right.
Cody was coming in motion and then the back went in motion at the same time. So a little confusion on what formation they were in or what play they were running. So we're going to have illegal shift here on illegal motion here on West Linn. Will be a 5-yard penalty. So it'll bring up first down and 15.
Well, 6:37 left. They're up by 15 points. Coach is not going anywhere but towards that end zone. I mean, he's going to attack at this point, and he should.
Yeah, we saw early on, it only takes a couple of plays to score a touchdown. Coppage had that big touchdown pass early on to his brother.
Yep. Well, they've done everything well so far tonight, and for a opening game, they must have had a good camp this summer. Clearly, the team has gelled together well. Coeur d'Alene, I know, also had a great summer. The one thing I do know about Coeur d'Alene that I can tell you is that Gunnar Amos has been pretty sick for the last 2 weeks, and he came out here not 100%. Wow.
That was an excellent back shoulder throw there. Defender was glued all over him, but a good back shoulder throw. Receiver makes the adjustment and makes a great play.
That was Cam Schmitz, 6'2", 210. We called his name 2 times early in the game. Boy, he elevated, caught the ball, and that's how it's done. And he was covered, too. 27-6.
And the kick is up and good for West Linn. We do have a flag on the play here. We'll see what that is.
Coppage has to have 200 yards throwing the ball.
Easily, yes.
And his efficiency is going to be excellent. And Hayden's a guy I've really admired. I had a chance to see him work out 3 times this summer. I'd like to get to know him a lot better just because our paths haven't crossed that much, but he is just a quality kid like a lot of these kids, and this is one of those nights where it's all going together for him, and you love to see that for a kid. And against a great opponent, against a top-rated opponent. So good for him. I mean, this is the kind of game he needed to have as a senior, and he's going to thank us for filming this because I tell you what, somebody hearing my voice right now is a college coach, and in a couple of days in the rebroadcast for you guys, right? Portland Sports Beat. it's going to be live. People or replay. People are going to be able to watch it. So the technology is just amazing. What's happening? We're standing here with 2 microphones and just some great cameras here that your group brought out. Unbelievable job you guys are doing, PJ.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, football season. We had college started last night, high school tonight. We got more college tomorrow, and the NFL on Sunday. You know, everyone hates to see summer go away, but there's nothing better than a fall and a football game.
And the beauty of this is kind of your creation, along with this technology and some of these other folks you brought with you. You're doing this a lot through your work with community television, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
And
wow,
good job of coverage.
Aggressive play by the West Linn Lions.
One thing I will say for Coeur d'Alene, though, they've done a lot of good things. They've made a couple of mistakes, 3 turnovers early on that really put them in a hole.
Right.
But they've done a lot of really good things, and so there's not anything to hang their heads about. They just need to build on those things and not make those big mistakes.
And they do need to work off of this and try to score here. That would be great if they could. Like I said, they can come back into this thing anytime.
Ball is dropped off the hands.
Yeah, real tight coverage there. Again, these short passes are not working. Coach will probably need to go in and regroup and see if he can figure out a way to get the ball a little further outside or up the stripes. Let's take a look at this West Linn secondary now and watch these matchups.
Ball's thrown behind the receiver again. Be incomplete. 6:15 left to go here in the first half. Bring up 3rd down and 10 for Coeur d'Alene.
Gunner looks a little frustrated.
In the gun again, looking to his left. Got a receiver. Pretty good coverage.
Again, good coverage.
So that'll bring up a 4th down, and Coeur d'Alene will punt here. Not much time went off. 6:10 left to go here still in the first half. So plenty of time for West Linn. Braden back deep for West Linn. Receives it at the Coeur d'Alene 48. Makes a move up the center. He's going to be down at about the 37-yard line where West Linn will take over 1st down. And again, West Linn going with that no-huddle offense, getting right up to the line of scrimmage. Looking over to the sidelines, getting the call.
Let's take a look ahead here for West Linn. They go down to Grants Pass next week. That's going to be their long road trip, similar to what Coeur d'Alene did tonight. So that that 6-hour bus ride's not a lot of fun.
Rolling out to his right, got a
Ooh,
receiver.
wow.
Good throw. Great job, Coppage, right there. He had the defender in front of the receiver. He knew to throw it to his back shoulder.
Yeah.
Receiver kind of slowed down a little bit, caught it on his back hip, turned around, and gained pretty close to a 1st down.
And again, he was pounded. Chase Blakely coming off that edge. Chase looks really, really good off that defensive end spot. I mean, he's going to be one of the faster kids and bigger kids any of these linemen are going to see all year for West Linn. I mean, this guy is a player.
West Linn with a tight bunch in there.
There he is again. Blakely just boom, blow that thing up over, and he can do that. He looks like he's getting a little fired up, and when he gets fired up, boy, I'll tell you what, he can do some stuff.
Plays are going to be made.
Yep, plays will be made. He's feeling the pressure here a little bit, I think, to put his team on his shoulders. He, Amos, and some of these other seniors, these linemen, are going to have to rally their squad. 5:15 left, 28-6. And Coppage is thinking, okay, 2nd and 12, what are we going to do?
Maybe I'll look for my brother.
He's looking down to the left side.
Little flare pass out here.
There's that pressure again.
Graham Thompson in putting the pressure on Coppage.
Graham Thompson with the blitz. Good job there. I mean, Coach Amos, the Vikings here, they have put a lot of pressure on Coppage. They're sending damn near everything in the kitchen sink at him, and he keeps making these passes connecting. So I guess one of those things is he going to cool off, and that's what you hope for, is he'll cool down. and they'll have some more luck, and this thing will end up in a dogfight.
Little confusion here from West Linn. Going back under center here for Coppage.
Right.
Looks like a power I formation.
Play action again. Again over the middle.
Ball's tipped. Falls incomplete. Good hands there.
And by all rights, that should have been picked off, and there just wasn't anybody there. Just the way the breaks have been going for Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah. One of those bounces, that was West Linn, that probably would have been falling right into somebody's lap. So
4th and 12 with 4:55, and you're up by 3 touchdowns, so you're going for it, I bet.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising maybe because, they have that punter who did a great job pitting them inside the one early on. Just make it really, really difficult for Coeur d'Alene here is if you pin them back down and make them go the full length of the field to put a score up. But it looks like Coppage in the gun. Little motion, drops back. Hit again, throws it up. And great defense out there by number 84, Addison Johnson.
That's the guy we were talking about. I mean, he's tough to go up against, and he did a good job. Use that vertical leap skill that he has. I can't remember if he's a 33 or a 36 vert, but he's one of those guys that can flat out jump. And he showed it there.
And it's great defense. He had him right on his hip. He was with him the whole way, looked back for the ball, went up, and knocked it down. So great defense there. And Coeur d'Alene will take over at the 30-yard line. See if they can't make something happen here. Handoff over the right side. Got some room to run all the way out to about the 44-yard line.
Yeah, that's the one thing they haven't been able to do tonight, and that was encouraging for them. Off that right side, he got a nice block, and he kept working upfield.
So Coeur d'Alene gets it first down, 43-yard line. 2 backs, motion here. Run off the right side again. Great tackle, flag through him late.
Yeah, could be holding again.
Gain of about 3 yards there. See what that is going to be on Coeur d'Alene. And West Linn will take this penalty probably. Push Coeur d'Alene back. And it is a holding call. So Coeur d'Alene will have first down again. It'll be first down in about 22, it looks like. See what Coeur d'Alene comes up with here. Don't have to get the whole thing back in one shot. Got a couple of plays. Just make it a reasonable third down for you. Pass is complete to number 7. Makes a little move. Oh, big hit there, yeah.
Blakely,
yeah.
Blakely unloaded on him. Now we've got words, and that's, yeah. You could see tempers are flaring a little bit.
Yeah. Blakely will come out now.
Now, no, the play was live, but that shot that he dished out was way far away from the ball, and that's why he gets that flag.
Yeah.
Because, there's no point in that hit being made. But you got to keep your head on a swivel if you're out there. It doesn't matter which side of the ball you're on.
So that'll push them back 15 more yards.
Yeah, that frustration level building a little bit. This is good for Coeur d'Alene. If they're going to survive through their schedule and beat teams like Highland and Madison, who they lost to last year, they've done it before, but this is where you earn the right to be a state champion.
Nice catch
Great
there.
hands.
Number 81, Colby DeHaas, with a great shoestring catch.
Yeah, DeHaas showed really good hands earlier in the half, and been fun watching him do his thing out there so far.
Will be third down. Now, I don't know if they called that that penalty was after the. We've got a little screen out here, and the ball falls incomplete.
That was a personal foul, so Chase will need to watch that. He can't get another one at this point, or I think that constitutes an ejection. And 28-6. 4th down and 16. They're going to have to punt that ball away.
Yeah.
They can't afford to give another one up.
The Haas will step back for the punt.
And the punt's setting up. Coeur d'Alene kicker puts a nice one up into the night sky. Fair catch called. So with 3:23 left in the half, we have to think West Linn will try to end the half with this drive. They'll try to score. And let's see if Coach Mike Fanger wants to let Jermaine run it and let the clock work. Take his guys into halftime energized and ready to go. Not sure if the feed's down or not. Looks like we're okay. That's Coppage back again, hands off to Jermaine. There's Jermaine. Boy, he's got a great little stutter step he does, and it really throws guys off. They need to watch his hips and not quit watching his shoulders and his feet. He picks up about 15 or so. First down and 10. Ball on their own 46. I'm going to snap a couple of pictures here for these guys that made the road trip down. Uh-oh. Ball's loose. Coppage covers it. Then it pops up again. And Coeur d'Alene's got it. It's their ball. 3 minutes left. And that was not what West Linn wanted to do. They're leading by 22. Coeur d'Alene now in great position to maybe get a chance to score here now and build some confidence going into the half. Gunner says, give me a chance here. Amos in the play action. Throws it up the right side. Looked like it was caught, but it also looked like he sort of trapped it, but I think they're going to give it to him. That's DeHaas again. 81 with the catch. He kept his hands underneath that football and did a great job of just sort of sucking it up off the ground. 2:55. That was a nice gain there for them. Left side. Johnson. Here comes the speedster. Boy, he came headlong into the middle of the field. He took a shot. Pops up. First and goal now. Coeur d'Alene capitalizing. This is what they needed. The shot in the arm that they needed. Well, let's see how this pans out. It looks like Drew Berger in at running back. Big guy. Takes the football off the left side. Touchdown. Touchdown, Drew Berger. That's a 225-pound speedster. The linebacker, we loved him. Great way to use him. Good look in that offense. That was nice call that Coach Amos had there. 28-12. West Linn fans are shouting, we're fired up. You know, they're not worried over there across the field. 2-point conversion try. Amos rolls out, throws it into the back of the end zone. And that's good. 28-14. Now, 2 scores separate the teams. My partner PJ down here working on the technology. Hope that feed's still alive. Boy, that's a great picture we're putting out here. They got all of the equipment here. It's a great operation they've got. We're basically on, I think it's a Verizon 4G Lite, sort of a deck you can use to broadcast one of these games, but you've got to have these high-end JVC cameras that are using. We got 2 cameras running here for you. It won't always be like this, and I wish I could do more games like this. As the technology emerges, more and more people come forward. Any of you within earshot, especially you West Linn families that are here, these guys, myself, we'd love to do more of these games. So we need a sponsor to put these things together and make them happen. It doesn't cost an awfully lot of money to make this happen at this point. And the viewership for high school football is higher than ever. We've seen that here at the Rivals Network. Dirk Knutson, Northwest Prep Report on the call. Return up the left side for West Linn, and they've got 2:28, 2:26 left. They're going to go to work. I bet you Coppage is telling Coach Fanger, let me go, Coach. He wants to throw this football and add to tremendous effort he's put up so far. It's been really something to see.
First and 10 for West Linn, ball spot on their 23.
Ball set on the 23-yard line. Here comes Jermaine. Wow, look at him go. That is one dynamic running back. Not a very big guy. Doesn't matter. He's going to get the job done. He got some very nice blocking up front. That's the third time he's run the ball off that right side. Made 2 good reads in a row. So now I want to take a look at these linemen up front for West Linn. Let's keep an eye on these guys. 2 minutes left. First down and 10. Now, when you're standing up on your feet, fairly high up in a bleacher, and you have nowhere to put things, it's harder to make the call. But we're doing it. I hope we're doing a good job for you guys out there tonight.
Offside called against the Vikings.
PJ's still working on the tech. PJ, are we still on? Okay, we're good. He gives me the thumbs up. I'll talk all day. You know that. And I'm covering the whole Pacific Northwest for Northwest Prep Report for Rivals. So if you've got a camp or a game you want to have me come out to, just check out the website. Have us come out. We do independent coverage for Rivals.com, Yahoo Sports Network. We've also worked with Fox, and I'll be on ESPN 1080 The Fan in a little while tonight. And again at 9:45, you'll be able to catch the whole prep roundup. Another handoff to Jermaine for West Linn. Minute 55 left. He picks up another 3. Berger again on the tackle. Drew's one of these guys that's so well put together, you can't believe he's a high school kid. I mean, he is rocked out, not much body fat, and he takes care of his body in his training. Play stuff there. They're determined not to let West Linn score at this point. Third down and 2. West Linn kind of letting the clock go. The only bad thing about sort of slipping out of the half is getting out of rhythm that they've been in. Coppage hasn't hooked up on a pass here for a little while. He hands off the ball again. Yeah, Fanger's going to run the ball out now. 52 seconds left. Jermaine again on the carry. Picks up just enough for the first down. Clock stops. Little timeout here, breaking the action. So next week, Coeur d'Alene travels up I-5 for the Emerald City Classic. They'll take on Bothell. Bothell's a top 10, top 12 team in Washington, has had some championship runs. The Blue Train, they're known as. They'll give this Coeur d'Alene team a very good workout. Coeur d'Alene obviously looking to win both of these games in preseason, also looking to sharpen themselves up for their season. And then the West Linn Lions will head south on I-5 all the way down to Grants Pass to take on the Cavemen. And that's a beautiful place to see a football game. One of the true great stadiums and settings in the Pacific Northwest. So both teams hitting the road again next weekend. 51 seconds, so Coppage has got Jermaine next to him in the gun. You can see Coppage. He's a big kid. He's 6'4", long arms. Throws that ball. Reminds me a little bit of Max Brown, the kid from Skyline who's now at USC.
Wow. What a catch there. And I think, they're going to call pass interference. That was a great catch.
Just a phenomenal catch.
Number 34 there.
I'm running out of light here. Guess what?
Cam Schultz.
Cam Schmitz. Sorry,
Schmitz.
Cam. It's a little dark over here. Cam Schmitz. Called his name a couple of times tonight. Good job, Cam. Nice catch.
Pass interference is called against the Vikings.
43 seconds left. Coeur d'Alene gets the PI. I mean, this is, all credit to Hayden Coppage, because that ball and all these passes he's made tonight, short of about 2, have been on target. I can't say enough about the effort he's put out. In this battle, to prove yourself as a quarterback is really heating up, and he's answering the call.
Great blitz right there by Coeur d'Alene, number 32. Comes in unobstructed.
Graham Thompson again. That's the second time coach has called that blitz for Graham, and that's terrific. Somebody blew their blocking assignment. Graham saw that. I mean, he saw a green light. Green light means go, right,
Yes.
PJ?
23 seconds left to go here in the first half. West Linn, second down and about 20. Coppage back to pass, rolls to his right, throws it up, close to a pick. Great defense
Yeah,
by Coeur d'Alene.
Jermaine made a nice block back there to save Coppage from getting drilled again. And Coppage probably shouldn't have thrown that ball, but after the half he's had, maybe he thought he was bulletproof. So he comes to the sideline. Flag on the play. Looks like holding.
Yeah, it looked like it was a holding call. Yep,
Yeah.
holding.
Holding call.
So that'll push him back, second down, and I'm going to conservatively say 30 here.
Yeah, 13 seconds left. So are they going to take an E or are they going to throw?
Oh, no, it'll be second down. They'll replay that down, so it'll be
Second down, yeah, they got to fix the clock. So Hayden sprinted over to talk to Fanger, like he really wanted to tell Fanger, we can do this, let's go. And why not?
Under center.
It wouldn't be fortuitous though if he threw his first pick this game. That wouldn't be good.
And that's probably going to be an illegal substitution, I would think. No, maybe not.
Yeah,
Fullback comes in now.
maybe it's a trick play. Let's keep our eyes open.
And we're going to get another
Somebody
penalty here.
jumped.
Things are getting really, really sloppy here for West Linn.
Well, that's that battle we saw that resulted in the shoving there and the personal foul earlier. That would be number 60 for West Linn. Jumped a little bit.
Still second down.
So West Linn pushed back 5 more yards. Will be second down and 41. I don't know if there's a play for a second down and 41.
No, it's called a Hail Mary.
It's called a let's you get out of this half.
Yeah,
and
they're
get
going to
into
get
the
out of this
locker
half.
room.
Hand it to Jermaine, and he's swallowed up by Blakely, who picks him up and does a double suplex and drops him on his back.
So that's
Wow, PJ, what a half of football.
yeah. That'll be the end of the first half
Amazing.
here. West Linn leads Coeur d'Alene 28-14.
You guys are fired up.
Yeah, this has been a great opening matchup. You know, if you're Coeur d'Alene, you're down 14 points. You're not out of the. You're not. You're still in this game. Couple
Right.
of scores put you right back into it. And so they just got to come out in the second half with a game plan and execute and not have those turnovers like they did in the first half.
Right. It's gut check time for the Vikings. Coach is going to go in, and they're all going to try to shake the cobwebs off. From the trip down, from first game jitters, from just everything it takes to get started in a season. And I would not be surprised at all if they have a much different half. They're staying on the field, and somebody's talking it up out there. I can't tell if it's coach or one of the team captains, but it sounds like they're going to stay on the field and try to get their heads right, go in for halftime, and come out fired up. And I think we can expect to see that from Coeur d'Alene. It's a team that's not going to just go away. I mean, they're not going to go get on the bus and take their gear, PJ. They're going to come out, and I think we're going to see more fire. And I think offensively, Coach needs to make some adjustments. It doesn't look like he's had a chance to really get his best receivers involved too much yet. Blakely's only caught 1, maybe 2 balls, and he's a guy with his size that can rack off 16, 18, 20 yards a catch. So they need to use him some more and try to find a way. But I got to tell you, the secondary and the linebackers and this whole crew for West Linn has just been very impressive early on.
Yeah, and you can't make excuses for Coeur d'Alene, but they did fly in today.
They actually came in on the bus.
Oh, they came in on the bus today. So they came in today, had a long bus ride. I think they were up at 5. They met at 5. Bus left at 6. So they were, they've had a long bus ride, and that could be a challenge. And coming out and getting ready after a long trip like that is a challenge for a coach.
Yeah. And this game doesn't mean anything in the greater scheme of things other than just pride and being able to take advantage of the opportunity to come down and play this team from Oregon. Now, they put it on these guys last year 58-20, so West Linn remembered that. That's not a real beatdown, but it's a pretty good beatdown, right? So there's pride involved, and boy, what if West Linn wins this thing? It'd be great to see this thing turn into a border war. Maybe we can keep it going.
Yeah, kind of like how they're doing now. Jesuits playing up in Washington, and it'd be great to kind of keep these things going back and forth, especially when you can get 2 of the top teams from the area playing against each other. That just kind of there's just that extra umph there when it's going against someone from another state.
That's right. And what's been great to see with Idaho football, Oregon football, Washington football has gone through a renaissance, and sort of when I started writing 7 or 8 years ago, 10 years ago, really first started. We started this, and I started doing what I'm doing because we weren't having success getting our kids out of here with any great numbers. We knew we had great football players, so we had to tell the story. So by working with rivals and being able to do what I've done, the hundreds and thousands of stories we've covered, we've seen recruitment go from 7 or 8 Division I athletes recruited when the Ndamukong Sioux came out. Now last year, 35 out of the state of Oregon make it. So that happens because people realize how good our kids are, how good our quarterbacks are, and the kids here with Nike and Adidas and Reebok all being based here, they're really benefiting from the training. The coaching here in this part of the world is unbelievable. The facilities, the community support, it's just really great. And so we've seen Oregon and Washington really take off, sort of become a hotbed, if you will. It's not by any means a top hotbed, but if you're a big program, you better come here and look at our top 10 or 15 athletes. So we've seen Auburn in town. We've seen Florida come out here. Brett Rippon, the quarterback for next year, already picks up offers from Spokane. He's getting offers from Florida State and people like that. And so, the story of the Northwest has grown now to include Idaho. It's such a long state, and it's so spread out that you've got these little pockets. And Coeur d'Alene is not a very big town. It's 25 or 30,000 people. You would go up there and you see the lake and the beauty that's up there, and you think, this just doesn't look like football central, but it is. It really is, and these kids up there can play. As their athletes have excelled, we've seen athletes from around the state of Idaho continue to excel. So next year, we see 3 athletes coming out of the state of Idaho just next year alone that could easily be in the top 10 on the West Coast for all athletes. And so guys like Blakely that you see out here, and Tristan Hodge is coming out in 2015. He's already the number 1 lineman, and he's only a junior. He'll be out of the state of Idaho. So it's great to have our third state in the Northwest here join us with these tremendous athletes, and to have their story told, and to be seeing them play football at this level. It's just terrific.
Yeah, and when you have these great fans like out here at West Linn, one of the things I'm kind of surprised about, I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen with the fans out here from Idaho, but we're over here on this visitor sideline, and all I'm seeing is a sea of blue. There's a lot of supporters out here for Idaho.
Yeah, they travel pretty well, and they're very committed to their teams up there. I had a chance to see the high school and see the field when I was up there, and we were going to do a shout out, in fact, for my. Okay, don't have the picture. Well, anyway, he may be listening tonight. So from Bobby Clark, if you're out there, buddy, from Priest River, Idaho, a small town not far from Coeur d'Alene. Bobby were here. Bobby was supported this year. Bobby was a football player, got injured pretty badly a couple years ago with one of these traumatic brain injuries we hear about. And we had a chance to spend the afternoon with Bobby about 4 weeks ago up at Coeur d'Alene. That boys from Coeur d'Alene did a nice event with the kids from Ferris High School in Spokane, and we had a great time with Bobby. So Bobby's now officially like a Viking. So the boys are going to have him come out to the game, and Bobby came out with his mom. We had a chance to drag him around Lake Coeur d'Alene with a boat on a tube, and that was cool. And he continues in his recovery. Bobby, I know you got to grind it out, buddy. 5 days a week with doctors and rehab and all that, and we're so proud of you. You got a lot of fans here from this Coeur d'Alene crowd and from the community. Everyone up in that part of the state is cheering you on. So while they're down here playing, doing their thing, you keep doing your thing, and they'll be checking with you pretty soon. So, PJ, it's a great story. We'll talk about that hopefully one of these days on Sports Beat.
Yeah, and that's the thing I really like about high school sports is there's just so many stories, so many people affecting people's lives, and you hear about these injuries or something going on, and there's just so many people in the community step up and try to make things right and take care of each other. And these communities, teachers or the coaches, and there's just so many things that there's so much caring and enjoyment from these players, these fans, and everything.
Yeah.
It's just a great experience when you come out to these games.
Yeah, it really has been. We try to cover a lot of human interest stories there at Northwest Prep Report, and Bobby's was one of them. So I'm going to jump off here for a second, PJ. You take the call.
Yeah, we're actually going to take a couple-minute break here,
Okay.
and we'll be back with the second half action here on Portland Sports Beat Production. We are back here getting ready for some second half action. West Linn has taken the field, waiting on Coeur d'Alene to come back out from the locker room. West Linn leads 28-14 over Coeur d'Alene. It's been an exciting first half. Some early turnovers by Coeur d'Alene were a big issue for them. And Coeur d'Alene will be coming back onto the field now. Looks like the captains are coming out first.
All right.
Yeah, so some early turnovers for Coeur d'Alene. West Linn capitalized, scored 2 early touchdowns off of those turnovers. And that's the difference in the game right now.
We may have to send a runner over for stats because that was an exciting first half of football. It certainly was West Linn's half, let's put it that way. And they had everything going, and Coeur d'Alene struggled to do much of anything. They did capitalize on that last touchdown, which I think was really big for them to be down 2 scores. So I'm excited for Coeur d'Alene because I think they're going to be ready.
About 2 minutes till the second half kickoff here. Coeur d'Alene coming back out, getting warmed up now.
Yeah, the one thing we haven't seen yet from Coeur d'Alene that we have seen from West Linn is, it's been Jermaine right, Jermaine left, Coppage, Jermaine, Coppage, Jermaine. I mean, they've had this hookup going, and we haven't seen a real established running game yet from these guys. And with the line that Coeur d'Alene has, there's no reason they shouldn't be able to move the ball. They just haven't found that right featured back combination yet. Maybe the blocking schemes haven't been quite right. And frankly, I think West Linn's done a masterful job of switching defenses and offenses on this Coeur d'Alene squad. So it's a lot to think about when you're out there and you're seeing different looks. And Coach Fanger from West Linn's done that. We've seen that. And so both teams defensively looking much better second part of that first half. And now, so the interesting thing is, will we see one of these bigger backs like Berger or number 32 for Coeur d'Alene maybe take a shot at getting a rhythm going behind that line? Because truthfully, they get one score and anything's possible.
And when you get down 2 touchdowns early like Coeur d'Alene does, that definitely changes your game plan. I don't think that they had that written into their script. So you got to wonder if, going into those passes, we talk about those short passes over the middle, they kind of got pressed into doing that because they were down 2 touchdowns early on in the game.
Yeah, they kept, I don't know if those were design reads or if those are just the reads that Gunner had. He was checking off his outside receivers and they were covered. We talked about that secondary from West Linn, and I really got to give a credit to those guys. I mean, for the Molden boy, the Elijah Molden, for him to be starting and to be covering receivers like Addison Johnson and Whiteside and some of these guys, I mean, all credit to him. And, I've been hearing this about him, that he's a man among boys for the 9th grade class, can compete with anybody. And people see him in a Division I, track. In other words, that's where he's headed should things continue to develop. You could see big Matt James down here, number 71, talking to his coach. Then you see Devin Ward here, 62 for Coeur d'Alene. There's another 6'5", 270, and Hill here is 70 or 79 is also a big boy. So they're not small by any means. Let's see what this offense does. I'm going to be curious to see if they made some adjustments. So let's just see what happens here.
Yeah, I think this first drive is going to be really key for Coeur d'Alene. See if they can get a rhythm going. You talked about that rhythm between the run game and the pass game. Finding some receivers that he can find some rhythm with, and that's going to be a big key here.
All right, Gunner looks pretty relaxed. That's a good sign.
2 receivers to the right, 2 backs. Gunner in the shotgun.
There's the run.
Up the middle. Looks like he's going to go for about 3 or maybe 4 yards.
About 4. So the question is, are we just going to see that, or are we going to see 2 or 3 plays and then establish a first down on the ground? Because ultimately that could open up the passing lane. So let's just see. I think that's an eventuality that could happen.
2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver or 1 back.
Wide open pass. That's the one we were looking for, and that's Johnson. And that's what they needed to do.
Addison Johnson untouched in the end zone. A great play action there. He hit that little fire pass right across the middle, and he went through untouched into the end zone.
Unbelievable. Now, see, there's the second time that kid has shown breakaway speed like that against a fast squad like West Linn. And this is why I've never had anything but great things to say about Addison Johnson, and I shake my head and go, Where's Idaho? Idaho State on this guy. I know they're close. The thing about these Coeur d'Alene boys, a lot of the Ivy League schools are moving in on them, and Amos himself has 4 offers right now. I didn't talk about that. And he's got West Point and those types of schools. So 4.0 student all the way, quality guys, and that's pretty indicative. Johnson's the same way.
Coeur d'Alene going for 2 here, running option play.
Oh,
and it is good.
Oh, Gunner got it in. Nice
Yeah.
play.
They came with a full house backfield with Gunner.
28-22, and now a touchdown wins the ball game.
Yeah, exactly. You couldn't have asked for a better start for Coeur d'Alene here coming out in this second half.
No, Addison Johnson, great. And I'll have to look at, he drug from the right side. He wasn't split wide. He was in that slot, and he kind of snuck across like he was going to block a little bit, that play action, and then he slid out, and he was gone. And really the first time we've seen West Linn not have the guy over the middle covered. And somebody missed the assignment or bit on the run.
Yep. Yeah, it was a play-action play there. Linebackers have been doing a really good job of stepping into those lanes and not giving Gunner those passing lanes.
Gunner had a single back behind him that time, and not the split backs in kind of that full house formation. So that might have been a good adjustment right there, because I think it just gave him enough of a different look where the read became different. So the question is now, West Linn, who's enjoyed this big lead, do they start playing tight, or are they going to stay relaxed? And is Coppage going to stay on this 80% passing ratio that he's had?
Fielded by West Linn. He's going to be out to around the 30-yard line.
That was number 37 started out with a great return. He made a nice cut to the left side, and then he got mowed down.
Dean Swanson.
Yeah, Dean, nice looking pickup of the ball. Made good explosion to the left side.
So West Linn with their first possession of this second half.
Exciting first half. Now the second half starts out the same way.
Quick strike by Coeur d'Alene started out the second half, and West Linn now has their chance with the ball.
Here comes that blitz.
And here comes that
blitz.
snap. And Coppage just falls on it, and there's going to be a huge loss here. So the blitz was coming from Coeur
d'Alene. That was
d'Alene.
Graham Thompson again on that blitz. I mean, he took off like a sprinter. You saw him coming, and I think Coppage saw him coming. He glanced up and thought, here it comes again.
Yeah, that snap was around his shins. Couldn't come up with it. So we're going to have a loss of about 15, maybe 20 yards. So it'll bring up second down and long.
And Austin Chatteron, number 54, is fired up. I mean, he's sort of looks like the emotional leader of that front group for Coeur d'Alene. Big motor. He's had a couple of sacks. Let's watch him off the left side. Slides outside. Very nice pass by Coppage.
Good job of getting a chunk of that back here. You can't get it all back in one play. So, get a little bit here, a little bit there. Try to come up with a third down that's makeable.
But did you see Coeur d'Alene swarm to the football? I mean, that was 4 and 5 Vikings swarming to the ball that time. They just look a little more comfortable out there right now. Little now, but they're going to kick. Yeah, looks like lining up for the kick. Okay. Coach says let's make it 7. I'm so happy we came out here for the game tonight. We were coming either way. The fact that I got to be involved with the broadcast was even better. We're doing more and more of this now, so if you need a broadcaster, we're willing to jump in and help out anywhere in the Pacific Northwest we can get to. Got 2 or 3 camera crews, and these guys here are doing an excellent job. Hopefully our feed's going to stay up. All right, PJ says keep rolling, so I'm going to keep rolling. This technology all occurs off of a little black box and a cellular network. To imagine we could have done this even 2 years ago, just unreal, the technology that's come along, and everyone's got an HD camera in their hands. So sooner or later, you're all going to be broadcasters, and it's just really an exciting time in sports, especially in high school football, where so many people are so passionate about their teams. For me, as a writer, as a journalist, this is where it's at. This is the last bastion of sort of that great era from the past where all sports were so innocent. We all cheered for our home teams and stuff. Now with AAU basketball and all the club sports and the billions of dollars in the NCAA trickling down into the billions of dollars in the NCAA, the NFL, it's just nice to see high school hometown football like this. West Linn covers the ball. They'll take over. Down 7, 4:19 left in the third. Dirk Knutson with Rivals.com with you on the call. You can find our work at WashingtonPreps.com, OregonPreps.com, and at Northwest Prep Report, where we do cover Idaho sports, Idaho football. We're starting to reach into Montana, a little bit of Alaska, and a little bit of Hawaii. So anywhere there's football players that need help, need their film reviewed, we are an independent group. We don't charge a dime. You need help getting to college, get us your film, get us your information through our website. We'll help you out.
And to number 42, Louis Germain on the tackle. Number 32 for the Vikings,
Graham Thompson's name being called again. Boy, he has really stepped up this game, really showing some special skill set. Takes down Germain down along the right-hand side after a 2-yard game. Thompson is 5'10", 195-pound senior. Number 5 trying to break up the sideline. He's open. Oh, my goodness, what a great play. Oh, and the flag comes in late. That was an awfully late flag. That's got to be pass interference. Receivers down. Cody Coppage. He and his brother trying to hook up again, and he shook up a little bit. And Matt James, number 71, comes off with what looks like cramps. Yeah, that was offensive pass interference. Okay, that makes more sense, folks. Because Cody did such a good job of getting open, and Hayden just couldn't quite sail the ball far enough that time. Play was so well covered. He had coverage in front, coverage coming in from the side. Cody showing a lot of promise, jumped up, sort of reached back, and if anything, sort of pulled it away from the defender, and that stopped the interception. Smart, headsy play by Cody Coppage. Terrific coverage by Coeur d'Alene. What a difference a half makes. Hayden hasn't had the time to throw. He hasn't been able to hook up there with his brother, his other targets quite as well, but it's still early in this second half. The game could go either way, which is great to see. It's great to see a football game of this caliber, and PJ's rejoining me here. PJ, aren't you glad we made it out to this game of all games? And there were some big games tonight.
Yeah, we had talked about, maybe doing the Jesuit LO game.
Yeah.
And, the
pressure, Berger with pressure. There, Coppage connects to Germain on the little play-action pass.
Looks like the ball may have come loose there.
Ball came loose. Wow.
And they are going to say it is Coeur d'Alene ball, so a turnover there by West Linn deep in their own territory.
Yeah, so it's kind of a story of two halves now. We see one team sort of falling flat, the other team rising. And then you hope they both come together with a great finish, right?
Exactly. A great night like this. Both teams, kind of working out those first game kinks. West Linn looked really, really good in that first half. Now they're going to have to come through some adversity here and kind of absorb this punch from Coeur d'Alene and come back with something of their own.
Yeah, the only problem with that is Gunnar Amos looks like he's really comfy and really feeling it right now. He's got a little pep in his step. And I know he, as I told you when I talked to him at pregame, he had been fighting stomach problems, and I think he had strep throat actually 2 weeks ago. So he let me know it's been a couple of weeks since he practiced too much with the team. And, that couldn't be easy. No matter how good of a quarterback you are, what a great leader you are, you've got to have time with your guys. To see he's kind of bouncing up on his heels out there, up balls of his feet. He's feeling it. A little bit of a fly sweep look there off the left side. Matt James back in the game, but now hopping off again. The big UW commit. And that battle up front between these two lines continues. This is a study in trench warfare.
Some big hosses up front. Little inside run there by
Boy, look at that
Coeur
stuff.
d'Alene.
Great play there. Again, Molden in there battling it out, Isaiah Molden, and I got to give a shout out to number 61 for West Linn. He's been doing a great job all night.
Third down here for Coeur d'Alene. Actually, they did give him the first down, so it will be a first down for Coeur d'Alene. They're wanting to get the pace going up here a little bit. Rolls out to his right. Makes a defender miss. Throws it. Looks like it's picked. And it is. West Linn comes up with the turnover deep in their own end zone.
Yeah, I don't think Gunner made a nice throw. I just don't think he could see what was developing down there along that sideline. It was a long ways down there, and there were some hands up in his face from pressure. And he'll regret that one.
Yeah, that was one of those plays you wish you could take back, maybe just throw it out of bounds. They could have gone up 2 scores if they could have punched it in right there.
Yeah.
That would have been big for them. But right now, West Linn has a chance.
Well, a few adjustments being made. We saw the Coeur d'Alene run game get established, and then they kind of went away from it a little bit. Look at the pressure coming here. Oh, my goodness.
Definitely a different half here for the line for Coeur d'Alene, getting a lot of pressure up front. West Linn unable to run it even to the outside now. Coeur d'Alene been doing a good job of stopping the run inside, but West Linn not even able to bounce anything outside right now. Brings second down and about 14.
So look at the nose tackle position. That's Britton Knoll, 6'3", 315 pounds. He just made that play happen for Coeur d'Alene. 79. He's a big block of wood, and he got off on that play too.
Great run there by West Linn off the left side. It's going to be close. Looks like he's about 3 yards short of the first down. So that'll bring up a third down.
So Chase Blakely on the bench here. They're sort of their star player, star talent 2 ways. He's not playing. He's not in the game. That could prove to be huge as we go along here. Some young guys are going to have to step up and fill Chase's shoes. Coppage rolls right.
Throws, got a receiver. Oh, he drops it. Oh, they're going to look at film. Coach is going to tell him, catch it with your hands. Don't catch it with your pads.
Well, and that had some zip on it. You see it come off of his hands. He had his hands up. I think he looked away or didn't look the ball in. Came off the pads of his hands, quickly out of bounds.
Looks like we got a West Linn Lion down, holding his right knee.
Yeah, so months of summer practice, 2-a-days, doubles, dehydration, all that stuff we fight as coaches and teams and try to keep these guys in prime shape. It's never easy. The boys were pretty lucky here in the Pacific Northwest this year that we had a cooler than normal August. And that heat index, we did have some humidity, but that really can be a problem. But we were very fortunate to have a summer and the 2-a-days that happened in relatively mild weather, which just makes it a little easier to go through that suffering.
Yeah, yes, it does. So a quick update from one of the games. Jesuit is up 21-14 over Lake Oswego. Jesuit is driving and are inside the LO 25-yard line. So a great game out there. Yeah, a great game out there with Jesuit and Lake Oswego.
Yeah, and that was a Jesuit team rated number 1 by most pollsters. But the question with them was who's going to be the quarterback. They certainly have so many weapons. 2 All-Americans on the team. The line was not established there this year, and then Lake Oswego also, nobody really sure what was going to happen there at Lake O. So on his heels, wow, West Linn swarms him under. And number 7 does a good job for Coeur d'Alene to hang on to that football and just sort of get out of that play, and that was Alex Selbold again.
So Coeur d'Alene will take over in their own territory, be at the 44-yard line. Both these offense, running with that, kind of gather, no huddle, looking over at the coach to get that play. It seems a lot of these teams are kind of moving to that. So, they're always ready to go, put some pressure on the defense. Don't let them make substitutions.
Johnson again, look out. Mr. Explosive.
Hit that little flare out there. It looks like
he takes number 85 out of bounds with him and refuses to go down.
It'd be good for about 9 yards. Brings up second down and 1.
Well, you can see what he does when
blitz on that, but they did a good job of getting pressure and had good coverage back behind the defensive line.
Yeah, West Linn's sort of back in that swarming secondary. I think looking probably for a pick is what they're doing. They're dropping back into coverage, running some cover 3. They get the holding call out of it to boot. So if Coeur d'Alene's paying attention now, they're going to want to run the football a little bit here.
Looks like West Linn is in a cover 2 right now. Lots of time here.
Oh, boy, he had a receiver wide open right over the middle. Whiteside, number 14. Selbold again. Gunner firing the ball right over the middle. We saw a lot of that in the first half. Those middle passes didn't work in the first half. Those short passes, they're not working right now either.
Yeah, they did have that one big touchdown to start out the second half over the middle.
Yeah, it was a little different look because he came from the right side across.
Yeah.
Gunner looking good. Another flag. There's another middle pass, and that looks like Blakely back in the game.
Yep. So that was third down. Be an interesting call here if it's a holding. Will West Linn, 4th and 10, decline the penalty? Oh, it looks like it's going to be on West Linn.
Wow.
So the punting team was running out for Coeur d'Alene, but they stopped and
The
ran back
referee
to the
said,
sideline.
no, guys, we're
Yeah.
going the other way. Surprising.
Looked like it was a personal foul.
Yeah. Well, when that pile went down with Blakely, it could have been someone took a shot at him. Remember, we had that chipping going on earlier. I mean, they knew he was hurt, and so guys are dishing it out both ways.
So that'll be an automatic first down for Coeur d'Alene. They'll have it at the West Linn 40. Two backs in the backfield by Gunner. Little handoff up the middle. He'll kind of rumble his way.
Wow.
Breaks the tackle. Wow.
Just rides his
run.
blocker. Got right on his blocker's back, number 33. He says, thanks a lot, Big Matt James, for taking me upfield.
Gibson Green on the run there.
And Gibson's had a couple of nice runs.
Yes. West Linn player number 66, slow to get up. Looks like cramps are starting to affect both of these teams right now.
So Gibson, a running back, linebacker, 5'10", 190. This was a guy that Blakely talked to me about earlier when we did our phone interview today. They said this could be, he's a junior. He said this could be the future looking into next year and a latter part of this year.
False start there on Coeur d'Alene. Pushing back 5 yards. 1:09 left to go here in the third quarter. Coeur d'Alene leads West Linn 35-28, and what has been a great night of football. West Linn came out fast, scored 2 quick touchdowns on turnovers from Coeur d'Alene, controlled going into halftime. Coeur d'Alene comes out on their first 2 possessions of the second half and puts up back-to-back touchdowns, and that's where we stand right now, 35-28. Back to pass for Gunner, looking like a little screen inside.
Wow.
Great one-handed catch there. We got a flag down.
Flag down again.
It's going to be close to a first down. We'll have to see what that flag is. Could be a holding call.
That was Gibson again.
Gibson.
One-handed catch and the pirouette at the same time. Did you catch that one?
They
waves it off.
Yeah, they're waving the flag off, so the play will stand.
Wow, Gibson Green really making that play work. Beautiful.
So that'll be a first down for Coeur d'Alene, deep inside West Linn territory. 16-yard line. Single back in the backfield. Looks like a quarterback keeper.
Yeah, Amos going to run it.
Get it outside.
Wow.
Oh, good throw there.
Play.
And then we got a late flag.
Now, what was that? They face mask, maybe. I'm not sure.
That would be the call that it could be. Oh, holding on Coeur d'Alene. So a late flag there on Coeur d'Alene will push them back 10 yards. Replay first down. 38.5 seconds left to go here in the third quarter.
And did you see Big 77 move and shut that play down?
Yes.
That's Ben Herod. Ben Herod for West Linn, 6'4", 275. How do you like that kid for being able to move at that size and take a guy down like Gunner Amos? Great job. Despite the flag, that shut that play down.
Little zone read.
Oh, boy.
Defense. That was a pick. Great defense. Got the mitts up there. Knocked that ball down. Number 21 almost came up with a pick.
There's another big junior for West Linn, Ryan Anderson, tight end linebacker, 6'1", 190. That is a high school coach's dream to have a bunch of big, lanky, tall guys that can run and slap balls down like that. That's awesome.
Second down and we'll say 14. back to
Long
pass. Got a
pass.
receiver wide open in the
Wow.
end zone. A breakdown in coverage for West Linn. Touchdown there for Coeur d'Alene as Gunner gets buried after he throws the ball. But a great touchdown there by Ryan Wald.
Waldy, Ryan a junior. The junior's getting it done, 6'2", 170. Boy, play action.
Yep.
Great fake.
Yep. Breakdown in coverage there by West Linn. We've talked about them all night long. We've been talking about them all night long about how great they've been doing. And right there, they make a single error, and Coeur d'Alene takes advantage of it.
Well, but Amos just executed that play. He got a great fake on the handoff. The ball came out, and there was just a blown coverage, and he was gone.
And the PAT is good, and that pushes Coeur d'Alene's lead out to 14 as they lead West Linn 42-28. 25.4 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. We are out here at West Linn High School in West Linn, Oregon, and a battle between two top teams from Oregon and Idaho. Coeur d'Alene from the state of Idaho traveling out here to West Linn to take on the Lions of West Linn in a rematch of last year when West Linn went out to Idaho and took on Coeur d'Alene. Coeur d'Alene took care of business last year and hoping for a little bit of the same this year with their travel out here.
Yeah, and we have to remember this is the #1 team in the state of Idaho, and people from around the Northwest probably haven't had a chance to go to Idaho and watch a lot of football. I'll tell you, I've been to the state championship up there twice. When you take the top teams from all three of these great states, the parity is there. The teams are very much similar. So we're seeing an excellent effort by West Linn here against the top-rated team in the state. You know, and this is why West Linn belongs in the discussion of who's tops in the state of Oregon.
Great return there by West Linn. They're going to be starting at about their own 35, maybe 37. Be 1st and 10 for West Linn. West Linn down 2 scores right now. Unable to punch anything in yet so far in the second quarter after the great first half. Unable to find a rhythm offensively. Coeur d'Alene doing a lot of blitzing, bringing a lot of pressure in the face. Nice little throw out to the left-hand side. It's complete. It's going to be a first down. Nice little rhythm throw out there to the outside. Shows his arm strength out there.
Braden Vaught again. Braden's had several nice catches tonight, and he and Hayden clearly plan on hooking up a lot this year. So he's going to have a fleet of receivers to work with out here. We've seen that from his brother Cody, the 10th grader, from Braden Vaught.
Little screen set up. Great call here by West Linn with all that pressure coming. Wow. But wow, good convergence swarmed under by Coeur d'Alene. You know, they got the pressure on the quarterback, but then those guys in the secondary and those linebackers did a good job of swarming after the completion on that screen. Held him
for
the
quarter. That was Devin Ward in on that tackle. He plays a lot of O-line, and he's being recruited. He's a big kid, 6'4", 280, 6'5", 6'4", right in that range. He did a great job of making that read, and right there with him was Ryan Swayze, I believe it was, a sophomore, number 57. At least from my perspective, I thought it was number 57. I hope I got that one right. I want to give credit where credit's due.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I see him out there. Yeah, that's Ryan Swayze.
So we're going to start here this fourth quarter.
Well, now hang on. There's two 57s. There's Phoenix Duncan, who plays DN, and there's Ryan Swayze that plays O-line, D-line. So Phoenix is a senior. Ryan Swayze is a sophomore. So maybe it was Phoenix. But they got two number 57s. I'll give a shout out to both of them. How about that?
Yeah, and there's two number 7s as well. That's kind of confusing.
Yeah. So they got the big boy out there again, Brian Nall, for a 315-pounder. I mean, I don't expect to see him sprinting up the field, but I think one of the reasons Jermaine hasn't had the success that he had in the first half is they've planted this monster right in the middle, and he's demanding a couple of those blockers up front. Let's see if Jermaine gets a nice run off of here. Coppage to the air.
Nice
coverage, and he threads the middle.
Yeah, nice hands. It's kind of on his back shoulder again. Extends out for it, brings it in, makes a great completion there.
It's Cam Schmitz again. Yeah, at the end of this game, you're going to be able to circle 4 or 5 names for the West Linn Lions that are going to do work this year. And having a look at Hayden Coppage, they're going to do a lot of work.
3rd down and 5 here. Coppage, one back in the backfield with him, drops back. So it looks like we got a couple penalty flags now.
Yeah.
Coppage rolls out, throws it up, has a completion. Not sure if it'll stand.
Yeah, boy, he was trapped in there, and it looked like he was just about ready to get his legs collapsed out from underneath him, and he just kept his feet moving just enough to stay nimble and get outside.
But there is a holding call, so
Yeah,
that will
early
come
holding.
back.
So you look at this Three Rivers League, there are some quarterbacks out here that are playing some unbelievable football. Coppage is one of them. Lakeridge has Eric Dungy, who many people think will lead the 2015 class out of Oregon and Washington. Doesn't have offers yet, but both of these guys, 6'4", big, tall kids that can throw the football. And when you look at some of our top-rated teams, we have much pretty stingy defense there by West Linn.
Second and 6 here. Ball is loose on the ground. And he just jumps on it. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
They've got number 61 up front, West Linn does, and he's been having a nice second half here. Joe Cozell, he's been making some nice plays. Not the biggest guy, but he's a junior, about 6'1", about 200 pounds. Let's see if he gets another playoff here.
Going to have a penalty here on West Linn. They jumped into the neutral zone.
That'll give Coeur d'Alene a little breathing room.
Yeah, they're inside the 1 yard line here.
Yeah, they look pretty comfortable right now out there on the field. Being up by a couple of scores helps with that. 14-point lead by my math. Is that right, PJ?
14-point lead, yes.
Yeah, great. I can still add.
Yeah. Finds a receiver open on the right side. Enough for a first down.
Green again.
And going to get some stoppage. Can't
Yeah.
tell if there's a... Oh, nope. It'll be a first down.
Yeah, we almost had another late flag there. It looked like some extracurricular stuff.
So nice conversion there by Coeur d'Alene. They wanted to get right back up on the line of scrimmage. Put some pressure on West Linn right now.
They want to see that clock run off, you know.
It's a completion. Flag